Hi, hello, Inter 1 students. This time, we're going to speak about the grammar and exercises of Unit 4A, which is easy. It's just a review of what you already know. Hopefully so. Let's go. So, over here, we're going to talk about three different things, more or less. Let's go. So use have to or must. First things first, I must say that have to and must, they both express necessity and or obligation, okay? For example, I can say, I must brush my teeth every day. I don't, okay. I must brush my teeth every day. That's a necessity. Or I can also say, I have to brush my teeth every day. All right. So it depends a lot on the region where you are. In some places, have to is stronger. It's a law thing. Okay. You have to respect the red light. Okay. You have to fulfill the law. Okay. But some places have to refer more to necessity than to mandatory things, okay? And must the same way. So in affirmative or in questions, you can always exchange have to and must. Is that clear? So maybe, okay, in England, have to is stronger than must. You say must more for necessities, also for obligations sometimes, but have to is stronger. However, in the US, must is like a law thing, okay? You must respect the law, all right? So must is stronger than have to, and have to is, okay, I have to go to school every day. Oh, there's no punishment if I don't go, a social thing, but not a law thing, all right? So have to and must all express the same in affirmative and in questions, and you can always exchange one and the other, okay? So the first one, okay, you have to switch off your phone during takeoff and okay, so you have to, it's mandatory. You must be on time tomorrow because there's a test. Okay, you must be, okay, it's a necessity, but you're not going to be punished. Maybe you don't do the test, but okay. I love the Louvre. You have to go when you're in Paris. Okay, you have to go. So you see, it's not obligation, it's more like a moral thing, okay? You must see this film, it's amazing, the same thing, right? I had to wear a uniform at my primary school, okay? That's mandatory, that's more like obligation. I hate having to get up early. My interview is at 9, okay? So see, necessity, etc. Do you have to work on Saturdays? Must I switch my phone off now? So you can see in affirmatives and in questions, must and have to, they express the same thing. They have more or less the same meaning, all right? Eu tenho que, eu devo. Well, then you have details over here, like you can check later. But right here, people have said that affirmative and questions, they're the same. However, in the negative, they're totally different, okay? Don't have to means it's not necessary, all right? So you don't have to pay. This museum is free, so it's not necessary. You don't have to go to the party if you don't want to, okay? Don't want, okay, so don't go, all right? You don't have to say thank you all the time. All right, so don't have to, so it's not necessary, right? And must in the negative means it's prohibited, it's forbidden, okay? You mustn't park here. If you park, you're going to get a fine, okay? You mustn't eat that cake, it's for the party. If you do, I'm going to hit you. But again, you are prohibiting, you're saying, no, you can't do that, all right? You mustn't run the red light, you mustn't hit people in the street, you mustn't, okay, so you can't, it is prohibited, okay? It is forbidden. Very well. Okay, is that clear for you? It's clear for me. Very well. So let's go on here. Should and shouldn't. What is it? Well, should is quite different from have to or must, although in Portuguese you would also say deve, deveria, right? But should and shouldn't is exclusively used. I mean, should is exclusively used to give suggestions, to give advice, okay, to alert somebody on something, all right? But never obligation, never necessity. No, no, no. It is advice, suggestion, and alert. You should take warm clothes with you to Dublin. It might be cold at night. Okay, you should take. I'm telling you, I'm suggesting you to do it. Right? You shouldn't drink so much coffee. It isn't good for you. Okay, because it swells your body and etc. So you should see a doctor. You shouldn't work so hard. All right. So should is also expresses this always. Now we must understand that must and should and may and can, they are modal verbs. So you can't you can't use, you have to use the verb in its original form. No to, no ing, no s, no nothing. Okay, no past, should take, must take, and have to because it's have to. All right. So this is it. This is it for the explanation of the grammar part. Now let's take a look at these exercises here. I'm going to put the answers, of course. I know all the answers, but no, because it's going to take time, you understand. All right, look here, the example. You don't have to or you mustn't use your phone in quiet zones. Okay, in quiet zones, you mustn't. It's prohibited. Okay, it's not necessary. No, you mustn't. Now look here. Do you think we should or we ought to text dad to tell him we'll be late? Okay, I really forgot to tell you about this. Should and ought to, they have the same meaning. Okay, they are exchangeable. Although ought to is a little stronger, but you can always exchange. So you can use ought to or should in the same way. All right. Here, you mustn't send text messages when you drive. It's a prohibition. Okay, it's not you don't have to. A pilot has to or must wear a uniform when he's at work. So you see, affirmative and questions must and have to are exchangeable. You should go to the UFIS when you're in Florence. Okay, you must go, as I say, many somehow. Again, I have to or I must speak to my phone company. My last bill was wrong. Oh, too high. Have to and must, right? Here, people, in number 4, it can be a suggestion or it can be like a strong necessity, right? We don't have to hurry. We have plenty of time. We don't have to. It's not necessary, okay? We mustn't hurry. It means it's prohibited to hurry, which is not the case. Here, when I was at school, I had to. Oh, we had to wear a horrible uniform, okay? Here, we must. Okay. Had to, people, is, let's say, because must doesn't have a past. Must is only present. So instead, right, of the past of must, you say had to, because must doesn't have a past. This is why we can't use must, because it's referring to the past. You shouldn't walk on the grass. They've just planted flowers there, right? You shouldn't. That's a suggestion. That's a piece of advice I'm giving to you, right? And these marks here are because you can use either words which have been given to be put in there, right? Over here, if the line is engaged, right, you have to go back later. Look at this here. And put the answers. Okay, here you have to. So did you have to do a lot of homework? Okay, must I, because you have must, right? Must I take the tablet out of my bag at security? My sister is a nurse, okay? Some weeks she has to work at night. Have you ever had to? Right? Here, I love not having to, it is having to get up early. I don't think we should wear boots inside the house. And finally, the exhibition was free, so I didn't have to pay. Right? Pretty easy, right? For you, because you have seen this already. Okay. This is it for Unit 4A. Thank you.